Hey guys, Movie Fan 356 here, giving you another movie review, and the movie I'm reviewing for you today, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters.
Me and my sister, we have a past. We almost died at the hands of a witch. But that past made us stronger. We'd gotten a taste of blood, witch blood. And we haven't stopped since.
My name is Gretel, and this is my brother Hansel.
I'm not going to have you telling me what to do.
How do you best kill a witch?
Cutting off her head tends to work.
I hate that one.
The last 2 weeks, we had 5 children taken from us.
A witch does not come out in the open like that. I don't think we're hunting witches. There's something else going on here.
We have to find those kids.
Let's start with this. Shoot anything that moves.
I see you got my invitation.
I have my sister. Well, that's new.
Hell yeah!
Good morning, sunshine.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so we all know the story of Hansel and Gretel, right? You know, they get lost from their parents, they find this house made of candy where inside a witch is trying to make them fat. And at the end of the story, they kill the witch. We all know that story, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. But this is actually a different take on the Hansel and Gretel story. In fact, this is kind of a little bit of a spoiler. It's just a minor spoiler, so you've been warned. That part of the story, you know, when they go to the house made of candy and they see the witch, and then they end up killing the witch by throwing her in the fire pit. That's all in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and the rest of the story picks up from there. Hansel and Gretel have grown up to be these badass people who hunt witches. That's what they do for a living. They're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we just fucked that witch up. Let's make a career out of this. And that's exactly what they do. So, you know, first off, I was really excited to see this movie. I'm not really a big fan of 3D, but I highly recommend seeing this movie in 3D. It was pretty badass, especially with the whole 3D thing. Yeah, they've grown up to be witch hunters, and they're in this town, and they meet this one bad witch. I mean, she's a good witch, but she's just fucking evil as hell. And she's played by, I can never pronounce her name right, Famke Jensen? I don't know, I think that's how you pronounce her name. But she's Jean Grey from the X-Men movies, and she was Liam Neeson's wife in Taken. Yeah, that chick, she's a fucking badass witch. And she's the main witch that they're hunting, and she's got this big plot where she's taking all these children from this village, and, you know, she's part of a big plot. I won't really give away the details of the plot that she's planning, but that's basically what Hansel and Gretel are trying to stop. And that's basically the plot of the movie. I'm going to give you a rating now, and then we'll talk about some spoilers in the movie. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, I give a definite 10 out of 10, which I really love this movie, especially in 3D. It was badass in 3D. I really enjoyed it. So if you're into like the fairy tale adaptation movies, Red Riding Hood was kind of a it's not like Red Riding Hood where there was kind of a teen romance there. It wasn't like that. I didn't see Snow White and the Huntsman yet, but yeah, the door closed. I didn't see Snow White and the Huntsman yet, but definitely check out Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I highly recommend this movie. And so now we're going to talk about some spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled on Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, stop watching right now. Okay, so I really like the beginning of the movie, how it starts off with the story, and it's not just taking that part of, like, the fairy tale is not taking place within the whole hour and a half or whatever that it was running. It was only the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then it picked up as they were older. I liked that. Jeremy Renner plays Hansel, who most people know is Hawkeye from the Avengers, and Alex Cross from The Bourne Legacy, and he's just a really great actor. I'm going to say that. I've become a big fan of Jeremy Renner lately. And Gretel is played by that hot princess chick from Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. I don't recall her name right now, but yeah, she's playing Gretel, and she was actually pretty good in this movie. Like I said, Jean Grey was a great casting choice for the witch. Derek Mears plays this troll called Edward, which I didn't really care for his character too much. He was probably like the one flaw I saw about the movie. I mean, some people will enjoy that character, but for me, I just wasn't feeling the whole troll thing. I don't know if it was just the way he was talking, or, I mean, his visual effects on him was good. Don't get me wrong, the visual effects was good on him. This movie's got great, awesome action sequences. Yeah, it's a really fun ride. I highly recommend this movie. There was a couple lines that Jeremy Renner delivered in this movie that were just fantastic. I don't know if it was the way he delivered the line, or the line itself, or maybe a little bit of both, but there was two lines in particular that are probably my favorite lines in the movie. There's one scene in particular where Gretel says, I don't exactly remember what she says, but there's one line where Gretel is saying, "Oh, you go do this. I gotta go help Edward." And Jeremy Renner, Hansel, just looks at her and goes, "Who the fuck's Edward?" I love that. It was just the way he delivered the line was great. And there was also another line in the movie. It was towards the end of the movie. It was the climax of the movie. It took place at the original house that they were in when they were kids. You know, the housemaid made candy. And they get there, and Hansel just looks like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." Or, whatever you do, don't eat the fucking candy. That was a great line delivered from him also. The final climactic battle was cool, when Jeremy Renner's battling all the witches in that ceremony or whatever that they're having. That was great. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, I highly recommend Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. If you have the opportunity, check it out in 3D. If you don't have the opportunity to check it out in 3D, that's okay. It's still a great movie. It's good either way. I'm just saying I liked it better in I like it better in 3D. Which is a stretch for me because I'm not really too big of a fan of 3D films. I've seen some movies in 3D, and some of them were good. Some of them 3D was just not necessary. But, you know, for this movie, I wouldn't say the 3D was necessary, but it definitely added to my rating of 10 out of 10. So definitely check out Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.